Detachment, detachment, detachment. That's the purpose of this video, because we are emotional beings and we tend to always be fixated on the outcome of things. We always fixated on what might happen or what might go wrong. And I'll be going through some key points in this video to point out why women will chase you when you detach from validation. It's all about detachment. I'll be using women as reference in this video, not that detachment only benefits getting women. It also benefits your success in life. It also benefits your success in your financial freedom. So I'll be starting off by defining what detachment means and what detachment is not. Let's start with what detachment is not. Detachment is not losing desire. Detachment doesn't mean that you lose your ambitions. Detachment doesn't mean that you lose your edge. Detachment doesn't mean that you should be cold. Detachment doesn't mean that you should be emotionless. Detachment doesn't mean you should be a robot or you should be a zombie. True detachment means wanting something but not needing it. I'll repeat it again. Detachment means you wanting something but not too fixated, or it doesn't turn to being needy. What detachment really means is being okay with whether the answer is yes or whether the answer is no. That's the simplest way I can define detachment to a layman. Detachment means you being okay regardless of the outcome of the situation. That's what detachment is. People are too emotional that they always try to control the outcome of things. And whenever you're too fixated on the outcome of things, you undergo stress. But true detachment means that you want it, but you are not desperate for it. An example is basically approaching a woman. I see a lot of guys seeing a woman or spotting a woman that they like, and they are too fixated on whether the woman will reject them or if the woman will like them. You have not met the woman, you don't know her character, she doesn't know what you sound like, you don't even know what she sounds like, and you're stuck in your head predicting the outcome of the situation that has not happened yet. You want to take a number, but you're too worried if she would say yes or if she would say no, which is not meant to be, because regardless of if she gives you her number or she doesn't, it doesn't change anything about you. It doesn't change the essence of who you are. It doesn't change the weather of the day. It doesn't change if you would eat that same day. It doesn't actually mean anything. But because we are always stuck in our head, that's why we always give importance to things that do not have any significant importance to us. And detachment also entails that you have an abundance mindset. And abundance isn't about how many women or how much money you have, because people fixate their worth on the level of women they can pull, the number of women they can pull, or the number of women they have slept with, or the amount of money you have in your bank account. That doesn't signify that you have true abundance. True abundance means you knowing you can always get more. Abundance means that no matter what it might look like right now, you have the ability to get more. You have the ability to attract more. And the opposite of abundance is scarcity. It's either you have the mindset that there is more to come, or you have the mindset that there is little to get. And this plays a role in how we control our emotional states, because scarcity mindset leads us to desperation. For example, when you believe that getting a job is damn too hard, what happens? It makes you change your emotional state. Instead of being in the emotion of love, you start being in the emotion of stress, anxiety, fear, desperation, and all this low level of consciousness. What does it do? It repels. And people can sense this. People do sense desperation. Women can sense nervousness. Women can sense desperation, because once you become desperate, it changes your actions, it changes your behavior, because you believe that something is running out of your reach, which in the grand scheme of things, it is not. When you're not detached to the outcome of situations, when you become desperate, you become nervous. You start trying too much. You start trying to overplease, overcompensate. You become too attached to the outcome. And that's not attractive. But do you know what's attractive? Having stability. Once you have stability, you become attractive. Because stability shows control and stability shows confidence. Confidence in who you are. Confidence in who you're becoming. Knowing who you are is much more important than money. Because if you know who you are, you can always bring yourself out of any situation. And it always comes from having that mindset. It's a mindset. It's a belief. It's not something you can buy. And detachment also flows from self-respect. Whatever that does not serve you is there to control you. Write it down. Whatever that does not serve you is a blocker and is there to move you off the center of your purpose. Is there to control you. And without self-worth, you cling to toxic relationships, which leads to lack of respect for yourself, which in turn makes people not respect you. And you see this in sexual relationships. Women can't respect a man who can't detach. Because I see women as life. Women is a representation of the universe. Women are there to test you. Women are there to remind you of who you are. Women are there to make sure that you are the man you say you are. They are there to move you off the center of your purpose. And this is their nature. It is not them being wicked. It's not them being manipulative. I'm not saying that we don't have manipulative women. Women are manipulative by nature per se, because women are more after themselves. They want security. They want to be safe. They want to be sure that the person they are with has the ability to defend danger when it occurs, has the ability to overturn situation in case it goes back. So if you see it from a male perspective, women are self-centered because it's always about them. But at the same time, if you can't detach from the situation of things, women will respect you because it is the detachment that makes you masculine. You can't be with a woman at home and you hear a gunshot outside and the first thing you do is to start fidgeting, start shivering. That's the opposite of what a masculine man should do. I'm not saying you should go outside and go and take a bullet, but in that situation, you have a woman beside you, you might have some kids, you might have some children with you. What you should do is to, first off, make sure that they are safe. Their safety comes first. As a man, that's the burden. That's what you signed up for when you came into this universe as a man. And if you can't handle simple situations like that, it means that you are not in control of your emotions, which means that you are not detached of the outcome of things, and it makes you lose your centeredness. If a woman knows that she's not good for you, but you end up staying, do you know what happens? She loses respect. Because it shows her that you are too scared to be alone. It shows her that you don't even believe that you can replace her. That's the interpretation of that to women. And whoever does not have respect for himself is not attractive. You're not attractive to women. You're not attractive to your fellow men. You don't look dominant. You're not assertive. You don't know what you want. You don't even know who you are. And one of the mistakes men make is by committing too early to women who don't share their values or align with their purpose. I was defaulting in this back then. I was always trying to make a relationship work, but I did not see it from the perspective of this person I'm in a relationship with. Does she align with the journey I'm on? Does she align with my purpose? Can she make me better? Can she support me? Can she be the push? Or is she there to make me go astray? Or is she there to push me off my center? Those are the things many men don't consider before getting into relationships like this. And the society also has programmed men not to understand that mystery and selectiveness are way more attractive than instant commitment. One thing I always tell my men is God created Eve to support the man. God did not create Eve to dominate the man. He created Eve as a support system to Adam. But in the modern world, in the world we are today, We are being made to believe that the women are the people we should care about more than the goddamn mission we came on this earth to fulfill. Now, I'm not saying that women are bad, but what I'm saying is that the society is programming most men to live their purpose and fixate their life around a woman. And that comes from not knowing who you are. It comes from not knowing your self-worth. It comes from lacking self-awareness. You do not know what the purpose of your life is. And it's your goddamn mission to find out what you came into this universe to fulfill. And as a rule of thumb, most men are programmed to believe that they are the ones to pursue or push for a relationship, but that's not the way it should be. I know this might not sit well with a lot of women, but I don't care about what they have to say. I'm just giving you free game because it is what it is. When God created heaven and earth, he created man and brought woman as a support to the man. A woman is always a support system to a man, not the center of the man's life. So no matter what the modern women will make you believe, no matter what social media will make you believe, you come first because you're the leader. And you can't lead someone when you cannot lead yourself. It doesn't even make sense. A woman should not deceive you into believing that she is everything, you should live your purpose, everything should revolve around that. Those type of women are not the women you want to be with. You want to be with a woman that sees you as a leader. And someone that sees you as a leader would respect you and your decisions. Someone that sees you as a leader would not try to control you. Someone that sees you as a leader would make all necessary arrangements and support to make sure that your leadership reigns. That's the purpose of a woman. The woman is there to help the man, not to tell the man that she is the main thing and he is there to propel her as the prize. When I hear these arguments, I am dumbfounded most of the time because the modern world makes us debate about things that are actually not a debate. You as a man have a purpose in life, and when you were born, you were not told what that purpose is. Your work as a man is to go through the journey of life, because life is a journey, and discover what you are here to be. And through that journey, you would encounter a lot of difficulties, which is why detachment is one of the things you should harness, because circumstances will keep coming up. Every new level you get into, every new beginning comes with its challenges. So you have to learn detachment. Because while we're having this conversation about women this and women that, because the programming is actually in our faces. Social media catalyzed this conversation because it gave people a level of false awareness. And that's why the creator of the universe gave us free will. You have the free will to believe whatever you want to believe. You have the free will to be anything you want to be. But the system has polluted and programmed the masses to believe what they know would keep them in a low frequency. Now, I will give you the blueprint on how to practice detachment, because it would be a waste of my time and your time watching, talking about detachment without telling you how to become detached. And the first thing is you should always have a bigger purpose and mission than man, women, and external validations. You should always be on your motherfucking grind. And when I mean grind, I don't mean running around, listening to gossip. That's not the grind, because if you're not careful enough, the system will give you their grind and they make it your grind and it becomes your grind. You should always figure out what you're here to do. We all have unique abilities. Some people know how to speak. That's what I'm speaking. You might not have the ability to speak, but you might have the ability to shoot. You might have the ability to edit. It's a skill. You can build a business around editing. You might start off on your own. It's your business. You can build a company off editing. I'm just using basic things. I'm using modern things as an example. Anything can be your mission, but it's your sole duty to discover what that mission is. And the best way to practice detachment is by practicing with small things, because I bet you that every day life tests you. Life will always throw something at you to see your reaction. Someone might insult you. That's a test there. You have to see it for what it is. You have to understand that this insult is coming from this person. It's not actually about you, it's about them. If you have a girlfriend, if you have a woman, if you have a wife, she will always test you. She will always do things that makes you want to react. But instead of reacting, you can respond. The difference between reacting and responding is that reacting leaves you with no time to think. And I was like that back in my 9-to-5 days. I had people I worked with that were triggers, set triggers. I knew tomorrow that I would be angry at work before even getting to work tomorrow. That's because I wasn't self-aware. I didn't know that it was not about the trigger. It's about me understanding that there was something in me that was reacting to that situation. So it's about perspective. It's not always about the next person. It's about you. Because someone might splash water at you and you look at the person and see it from a perspective of, you might say that this person was in a hurry, or you might say the person did not see it, or you might say that the person was trying to see a reaction from you, but you're not going to give it regardless of the reason. The next step is that you have to learn how to stay present. You have to stay focused. Presence is the key. And it's not easy to be present because there is 1001 things out there trying to make us off center of what we are here to do. There's a lot of distractions, from your phone to your friends, to your environment, to your girl, to your family. Everything is there to distract you. But you have to always try your best to be present. I can actually make this video because I'm present in the moment. I'm locked in on what I'm saying. I'm not thinking about my girl. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to eat at night. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about this topic, detachment. That's why I'm able to speak fluently. I was never this fluent. And I will only get better if I keep practicing. You might be good at your job, but when you started off, you were never good. But each day, you keep getting better. So the rule is to keep showing up on yourself. Focus on the moment. And also remind yourself daily that you're good either way. Whether good happens or bad happens, you are good. And that's the end of this video. If you like the message of the video, I want you to share it with your friends, because I'm sure that you have some people that need to hear this and learn about detachment. And I would like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that the algorithm will push it to more people. And you can also leave a comment and click the like button. Peace out.